This one is called New York's Not My Home. And if I understand the folklore correctly, this is before Jim had become famous. Him and Ingrid were in New York, out of all places, maybe the Bronx. And they had an apartment down there, and they were recording, I don't know which record, but they were recording one of the records that were I think, the famous records. And they were in there, and then I guess after they finished the tour, I think they toured maybe in support of this record, they went back a little dejected into Pennsylvania to, I don't remember the place, but in the rural farm out in Pennsylvania. And that's, I think, where they met Maury. I think this was pre-Maury.
Lindell, Pennsylvania.
Lindell, Pennsylvania. And so this is pre-Maury with Jim and Ingrid in the Bronx. And then I think once they went into Lindell, Pennsylvania, that's when Jim had kind of met Maury. And then the two of them really retooled, the whole approach to what they were doing, and came up with those brilliant set of songs that made them famous. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, that's very reasonable, yeah. Jim went to New York because one of his record producers was a friend from college, Tommy West. He had become a record producer, and he said, "You've got something, come up." And he and Ingrid went up, and they were a duo, and music scenes change, and they were like hootenanny kind of people, and then the Beatles came, and the scene was kind of changing, so their songs kind of got lost in a shuffle, and they said, "We're not making it." When they go sing on college campuses, they just weren't, it wasn't attracting a crowd, it wasn't selling records. The record was called Croce. And so they...
Was Child of Midnight for that one? I think it might have been.
I'm not sure if they put that on there. It might have been on that.
Or maybe it was the first one.
And they, a facet to me.
Yeah, it was a facet.
So they went to New York and they didn't make it, so they decided to walk away from their recording contract and go live in a little farmhouse. And Jim started driving a truck for a construction company. He drove, pipes and cement, crushed up gravel and stuff like that. And he sang at a local bar slash steakhouse in the area. And so right at that time, the record producers found Maury and got him an album, Gingerbread, on Capitol. They made this album for him. And when Maury was done recording, they said maybe Jim, our friend Jim, who kind of walked out on us, maybe we could just bring him back into the fold. Would you mind him playing backup when you go promote your album? So that was when they met. But New York's Not My Home, when you hear the words to this, you'll know. Jim loved cities like Philadelphia and New York, but it was a very painful time because they weren't finding success. So you'll hear it,
Plus, if he was in the Bronx, that would explain a lot.
Right, and a five-story walk-up, that's no fun.
Oh, yeah. And I think part of the story may be that the whole time they were there, their air conditioner wasn't working. And I think one of the final acts of defiance that Jim Croce had on the day that they were moving out, he threw the air conditioner off of the 5th floor of their apartment window. So this one is New York's Not My Home. Spinning around me, it was Joyce, and all my thoughts were cloudy, and I had to get out. You want to join me on the things that were made? Been in so many places, I run so many races. I looked into the empty faces of the people of the night, but something is just not right, 'cause I know that I gotta get out of here. I'm so alone. Don't you know that I've gotta get out of here, 'cause New York's not my home. Though the streets so crowded, there's something strange about it. I lived there about a year and I never once felt at home. I thought I'd make the big time. I learned a lot of lessons on the way, and now I'm telling you that they were not the nice kind. And it's been so long since I have felt fine.